Welcome back to Humans in 5.
Today, we'd like to take a moment to mark the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation here in Canada.
September the 30th was recently recognised by the federal government of Canada as the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. The day honours the lost children and survivors of residential schools, their families and communities. The federal government now acknowledges that public commemoration of the tragic and painful history and ongoing impacts of residential schools is a vital component of the reconciliation process.
This is the first year that this day is recognized by the federal government. September 30th is also Orange Shirt Day. Orange Shirt Day is an Indigenous-led grassroots commemorative day that honors the children who survived the Indian residential schools and remembers those who did not.
This day relates to the experience of Phyllis webstad, a Northern Sekwek Emp from Sept Highland First Nation, on her first day of school, where she arrived dressed in a new orange shirt, which was taken from her. Wearing an orange shirt on September the 30th is now a symbol of the stripping away of culture, freedom, and self-esteem experienced by Indigenous children over generations.
In all, 140 Indian residential schools operated in Canada between 1831 and 1998. Survivors of this oppressive system that resulted in great harm and intergenerational trauma advocated for recognition, reparations, and demanded accountability for the lasting legacy of harms caused.
The Truth and Reconciliation Commission ran from 2008 to 2015 and provided those directly or indirectly affected by the legacy of the Indian residential schools policy with an opportunity to share their stories and experiences. The Commission released its final report detailing 94 calls to action. The National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is a direct response to Call Action 80, which called for a federal statutory day of commemoration.
This day calls for solemn reflection for everyone in Canada. While we should bear the terrors of the residential school system and the unjust treatment of Indigenous peoples in mind throughout the year, this day provides a designated time for reflection on our relationship with this system and its legacy.
So often, the work of sharing the history of Indigenous peoples falls to the Indigenous community. Today, we're sharing some resources for everyone to educate themselves so that we may each explore this history and better understand the impact of residential schools.
Resources to get started include the Aboriginal Peoples Television Network, or APTN, content remembering the legacy of residential schools. The Downie Wenjack Fund also provides some resources for starting your journey. The federal government of Canada and some institutions like universities have also cultivated resources to help everyone improve their understanding of this key aspect of Canada.
We encourage all of you to take some time today to think about what reconciliation means to you, and to think about how we can all do better by Indigenous peoples and fully recognize the atrocities that occurred.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe.